Down, down, down to doggy town. Yes, indeed. Bitcoin taking a swipe to the downside. It is surely rolling over, and just doing a little adjustment for the camera here. I'm going to give you some trade setups that I am taking right now. Let's make it short and sweet. I did want to just bring our attention really quickly to Bitcoin here on the 15-minute time frame as we are in the gapola. It is the gap. All the coins are kind of doing the same thing, and some are doing it faster than others, but immediate target, I'm looking for the value area low of the range, which is for the week. So how do you do this, right? Get your TradingView set up. By the way, there's a free tutorial, link in the description below with a bunch of other cool stuff. Our crypto trading course, our vitamin D, vitamin K, vitamin Bitcoin analyses, all the fun stuff's in the links in the description below. But I wanted to bring your attention to what I'm seeing right now, which is you want to sell above this blue line and buy below the blue line. And what blue line is that? What lines are those? That is the value area, high of the value area, low of the range, and the point of control. And if you look over the past week, that's what these things are. You can see all those things on our TradingView tutorial and how to get it set up. So I'm going to briefly show you how to set that up. Utilize the value fixed volume range profile. Simply put, you go to this little icon right here, and you'll find it fixed range volume profile. You drag price, or you click from where you want to start to where you want to finish. Basically, it's going to look at all that price action and show you for the week, which, by the way, the week starts Sunday afternoon at about 3 p.m. Pacific time, and that is when the futures market opens. That's how I do it, at least. So you're looking at that fixed range volume pull, and what are we seeing here? We are seeing that we have just lost the point of control, making a lower high. So to me, it looks like based on how the day is going to close here, I don't know. It's really a tough one to call here. We already hit the low for the day. Maybe we come back up to the high. Either way, long-term bullish and looking for a bounce. Area of interest at 115,000. That is where your VWAP comes in. Whatever that is, it's that button right there. And you basically can drag and drop and pull this thing around. And, other major area of interest, 112,260. And the title of the last video was, what is going to make Bitcoin stop? What could possibly make Bitcoin stop? I don't know, guys. But I do know this, is that very likely price action is going to continue to move to the upside in the long term. It is a fixed supply asset. There's a lot of demand, a lot of new buyers coming to the market. And yeah. Am I going to get stopped out? Is this going to be a reversal, a W formation? I've got a lot of little trades open right now, so we'll take a look at those and what could possibly go wrong with a short right now. Needless to say, I'm going to do the famous not move the stop loss, and I'm going to target, because I'm a little late to the party on this one, but I saw a bit of a reversal formation right here on the 15-minute time frame. And basically what happened here, people went short, people went long, and then we continued to the downside, making a lower high right below the naked point of control. And yeah, this was, perfect little rally this morning. Bitcoin rallies, pulls back, rallies, and just slowly fades out. And to me, it looks like it is going to dribble on down to the bottom side right here. So I'm going to line that up with the heat map and say that's our target right there. $95 million of liquidations at 117 of 509. And looks like we're going to have a bit of a range coming into this week, coming into this Friday. Bitcoin has been stuck in the mud, boring as ever for the past few weeks. So it's a good time to review all of our different indicators and things and just notice how we are perfectly bouncing off the fixed ranged volume profile. So where's everybody's stop losses? If you're long over the past couple of days, let's say you longed from here, right? Stop loss is going below here. I mean, there's just a lot of liquidity building up all the way to this last low right here. Oh, we'd be so lucky to get a pull down to that level. It would be so nice if it just wicked down there really quick. But I don't think that's the case right now because the stock market has been fairly bullish, making new all-time highs. This thing just does not stop. It just keeps going. So liquidation heat map again says that bright yellow, and I think we're due for a bit of a finish off to the downside, what else is potentially in the works right now? So I want to remind myself, what time in the day is it? It is 4:30. We're coming into the daily close, and after having a bit of a down day like we're having, which you know, it's not bad. It's good to have down days. You can't have all up days, but back into the chart I want to look at here is, you know, what could stop Bitcoin? Obviously, if the stock market has a massive correction to the downside. To me, I think we're heading higher. Why is that? Volatility is low, momentum's crossed back up, daily time frame, and you know, it's the stock market that never goes down. It just keeps going. And when stocks go up, it's good for Bitcoin. Long term, good for Bitcoin. Now, what could send Bitcoin into a bit of a tailspin? Well, it would be a major correction in the stock market. If we come and fill this gap down here at 20,300, which there is a good chance that could easily happen. Just keep in mind, this is a very powerful channel. This channel is going back all the way back to October of 2022, you know, bottom of the channel, buy, you know, at the top of the channel, sell. And after reclaiming the channel, I would say, you know, I'm goosing the odds in the favor of the bulls. What else do we have besides Cardano is economic events coming out this week, next week. It's Friday. It's the end of the month. I don't think we have any major economic events other than these treaty deals that are being signed. S&P Global Manufacturing coming in today. Looks like mostly bearish for the dollar. With durable goods is tomorrow, so nothing tomorrow. What usually happens on Fridays is this. We can just go back and look. The last few Fridays, I'm going to remove these indicators here, and I am going to say, look, after that bullish engulfing candle and getting absolutely no follow through, volatility's on the floor. We are setting up for a move, and since everybody was expecting higher, what's the most likely thing to do? I think lower, and that is just my 2 cents. So again, I'm going to refresh my screen here. You can see a lot of people are starting to go long and put their stop losses right below there, hoping we get a bounce up to 120, 125. But I think, again, having a big down day on the day, typically you're going to get, well, it wasn't a big down day for Bitcoin. Gosh, this candle was down like 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, we were down, and now it'll be just in time for me to get stopped out. That's what I get for coming late to the party and for buying right at the selling in the golden pocket. So the only defense I have right now is this wick, this prior wick here, and the fact that we're in a downtrend, and probably a lot of people are going long right now. At the end of the day, I would personally be ready not to go long. Consolidation, tap the wick. This is a candle of indecision, which means what's most likely to happen. You know, we're going to test both sides, dropping it down to a 4 hour. Okay, that gives us something to work with. And am I going to move my stop here? We'll see here. 15 minutes left on the day. And that was my, that was the reversal print for me. To me, that is, call it a railroad track, call it a harami. We just tagged all the stop losses right there. Is that enough juice to get us, because the short squeeze will come here by taking out those stop losses. If we can just take out those stop losses, I think, you know, we can get another quick rise back to the top side, back to the value area, high of the range. But this is generally how it works, right? You've got that fixed range volume profile. You know, we looked at the 4 hour. Again, 4 hour, Momentum is crossed back down and volatility is decreasing here. And you can see all these wicks, everybody going long here, will get stopped out by heading to the bottom side of this wick, and all these longs will get stopped out. So what angle do I want to put this at? Do you see a channel? Do you see a channel in this beautiful price action? I better look at these trades real quick here so I don't embarrass myself here. I'm going to check on some of these babies, as some of them are beginning to print red, and they were all in green when I started this thing. I'm going to move this one into at least a profit, a little baby profit. My formula low here, again, we're coming in on the daily close for a lot of these ones, so I got to check on them all. And this stacks trade that I just took as well, because gosh, I'm thinking one more swipe lower for price action before we head higher. And what do we have? A massive pennant. That's what I see. It's a pennant. It's a pin. Do you draw it like this or do you draw it like that? To me, much better drawn like this. And these break at 75% full. And again, today is a Thursday. So what happens in the gap on Thursdays? I was marking it off here. I was marking it off, and the day's about to close. And so if we fill the 50% of this wick, where does that take us? Let's see. Let's call that the 50%. Take a look on the 15-minute. Does that look like a good place to end this? We already took the liquidity right here. No, we did not. No, we did not. So one more swipe to the downside. Here she comes. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Get back down where you're supposed to go, Bitcoin. And so the proverbial targets, if we lose that level, sometimes you get a hard stop right there. The other thing is we did lose the 786 on this retracement. No, we didn't. We're coming in right to the golden pocket. This little area right there, that little beautiful little pocket here. Oh, I need some water. That's what it is. I got a headache now. So, checking in on these trades. Just finishing my thoughts for the day. So 4 hour momentum is down, and the fixed range volume profile, that point of control, naked point of control, has been giving us some bounces. We have not tagged the bottom side in some time. That would be the bottom side of this triangle. So the next 4 hour candle, you got to ask yourself, after having this bearish candle on low volume, what's most likely to happen next? Could be a short-term bounce back up to the 0.5. Hard to tell on that one. Let's see what the 2 hour says. 2 hour says we're coming for the stop losses down here. Coming for the stop losses down here. The 1 hour says we're flipping around the money noodle, the money, the market cipher. Money flow down, red down, VWAP's coming up. Bit of a mixed signal there. I think my eyes are going blind now, guys. I think I'm going blurry, starting to lose it. It's the end of the day. That's what happens at the end of the day. So you got to ask yourself this question: what is going to happen at the very end of the day when the market closes? Are we going to get a little follow through? And the 4 hour candle tells me this. Yes, probably going to get a little bit of follow through on the next candle, at least a little bit. And then we judge it from there. We judge it from there. Let's take a look at ETH. ETH, same thing. ETH, the beef. And after this monster mega rally, we did come up to the naked point of control, or it's not naked anymore because it's been tapped so many times. Yep, confluence there, lower high. If momentum is crossed down, which it is not, but you got this slew of bearish divergence, and that's what likes to happen. If you've been watching price for some time and you look at market cipher, you get the bearish divergence calls, and then you get one more pop-up, one more red dot right here, and that's the one that drives the party home, usually, from what I've seen, from my experience, right? Like, yeah, Ethereum just consolidated for a long time, and then it had a massive drive up, and to this pivot, I could easily see a 236, a move all the way down to the 236. Now, if we just don't take out that previous high, You can see the 1 hour trend line is about to break, bit of an M formation, and a swipe all the way back to the bottom side of the range would be so nice for me at this moment, but volatility is declining. I'm going to throw on another secret indicator, very secret indicator, and see if it gives me any love. The VWAP coming in down here too, bouncing off the VWAP a couple times, so that's okay. And think about it like this: if the price is going to go higher, kind of run out of juice here. We've run out of juice. My point is it needs to grab more liquidity down here. It needs more liquidity. And for ETH to drop 7%, that can happen really quickly. That can happen really quickly, as you know. And this top is taking some time to form, after everybody's been so bullish for so long. Right, 30 days of bullish. And how long did it take for the top to form? 4-5 days. Is the top officially in? I don't know, guys. I don't know. But a short-term top, short-term correction, a short-term move even down to 31.67 would be completely healthy if you ask me. I don't think it drops that much. Honestly, the golden pocket right here coming in at 3,300 would be like a wick down there and bang off to the races, making new all-time highs. Definitely a possibility here. We did not take out the 2021 highs. Sorry, the January highs, December highs of this year. We have not done that yet for Ethereum. So after having this big rally, having a short-term pullback, not out of the question, and then we judge it, then we look for those upside targets. All right, I am running out of steam here, guys, and I'm giving you my thoughts on the day. Again, indecision candle. Could we get a backfill down to 36.28? Yes. So usually if we want to go much higher, we're going to hunt for the liquidity first, get all the people out of their positions, and then go higher. That's usually what happens after. You can see on the daily time frame that volatility is now declining for the past 3 days. 1, 2, 3. That white moving average, when volatility is going down, price is going to go in the opposite direction of the expansion. It's got an inverse correlation. So you can see as price went up here, right? Volatility expanded, right? And now as price goes down, momentum's down, we're getting kicked out of the bullish control zone. That reminds me of Casper, which I will look at that one shortly after this. You got that major opportunity. Anyways, 4-hour time frame, giving a much clearer picture, and again, getting knocked out of the, hitting the top there, maybe one more swipe up. We're going to need this, basically a 4-hour candle back above 3,700, 3,770, and then that will get invalidated. Otherwise, a move back to the bottom side of the range. How long do these moves take? And that was like 2 days. If you can wait 2 days for price to get down, good luck for you. That is not me. So I will likely be out of these trades very soon. And the question is, do I want to add to my bonk short, as the bonk is getting bonked right now? Absolutely bonked. And finally, we turned green on all the trades. There's what I want to see. And Sui, Chop Suey. This is another one, one of my favorites. One of the ones I think will do well. It's just getting and for me, honestly, it's so hard to hold trades for a long period of time. Personally, it's just not my style. But it does pay to hold them if they just keep bleeding out. I want to see what this one looks like on the day to see where we're at. This is an M formation with an indecision candle. So again, these guys can rip your face off. We got 2 minutes left on this day, and then I'm going to wrap up this video and let y'all go back to your domes, back to whatever you're doing. And maybe I'll just close all the trades, just call it a day. It's Friday. It's Thursday, going into Friday in China somewhere. And we have been grinding it out against this trend line. Actually, this is the trend line. We've been grinding it out on bonk, I would say. No. I think we can redraw it here. Bonk's been driving me bonkers. The dog is going crazy. I'm going crazy. And is that a breakout retest? Did we fulfill? No, this is Sui. Let's see how bonk looks. Bonk's going down. ETH is going down. I think I just moved the stop losses to a break even. This is a classic fake out, I think, for Mr. Chop Suey. Or are we going to get a short-term bounce? With 2 minutes left in the day, let's see what the day looks like. There, the day just printed. The day just printed, and the 1 minute looks bearish, just itself dribbling down to doggy town. There's your fair value gap hit once. I think the more fair value gap that it wants to go for is down a bit deeper. But again, things can reverse so quick here. Again, just giving you my thoughts here towards the end of the day. What is this, a falling channel? Those typically break to the upside. Ooh, VWAP. So hitting the main VWAP, that's the middle one, and then boom. I think it's all in Bitcoin's hands now. Bitcoin is, and I better put that take profit in. So have we decided, Mr. Bitcoin? Have you made your move? Had you made your mark? Or did we decide that we want to put the fixed range volume profile? Gosh, all these colors are killing my eyes here, killing them. And now I can't even see where I'm going. The Chinese market has not opened yet. Today really felt like a Friday, but it was a Thursday. And what usually happens on, well, the past few gaps, right? You can see market, Chinese market dumped and pumped. It was a dump and pump. And it does look like Bitcoin is trying to lift off here. I really don't want to give back all those profits. So what shall I do? Stacks. This is another one that I took a last minute short because to me it looks like things want to mark down farther. And where could a bounce go to? Do I want to risk all that on that trade? No, I do not. So I am either got to put your stop loss right there or right here, or just close the trade. See if you get that one last little pop down. Stacks is going to do whatever Bitcoin does. So moving on in the odds favor of, yeah, that is your lower high area. And I'm looking at this as a bit of a bear flag. That's why I think we could get one more mark down here, especially if the rest of the market is going down. But we shall see. Bitcoin putting it in my face a little bit. I think I'm just going to close everything and call it a day. We just did all that analysis, not for this little tiny move. No, we want the big move. We want the move all the way down to Mr. Doggy Town. Again, bear flag is coming. Here's what I will say. That this should be the target. You're going to front run that 618, and DAX has no mercy with that bearish 4-hour closure. We just took out yesterday's low. Are we going to take out all the lows really quick? Just 1, 2, 3, few bangers to the downside. Take them all out. Let's see. Is Bonk printing? Sui is printing. Yes. Bonk is reversing. Is it? No. Bonk is only up $100. What is that? That is some absolute garbage here, huh? I am very disappointed with that one. But that does mean I could potentially add to the short here. Bonk has been very, very violent in price action, all around violent, and just keeps going down today. So when in doubt, follow the trend. That's the downtrend. My stops are at a break even. Let's just start the day off with a 10% down. How about that? That would be 4%, 6%, 10% down. That's what I like to think of is like how much do these coins move on average in a day at most? I mean, bonk 40% in a day, no problem. If we really gain some steam to the downside, this one easily could come down much further. This is the area I was thinking for a bounce right here, actually. That would just be a 5% down. I feel like something earth-shattering should happen for that to happen. Anyways, I'm going to start doing live streams here so that I don't bore you all to death. And people can learn and ask some questions and enjoy some of my annoying commentary. And yeah, I was just filling you guys in on what I was looking at for short-term down trade setups, because it felt like it was most likely going to come down a little bit more. Not saying down forever, just saying down for the short term. And Bitcoin did not stop me out. Perfect. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. And let's see if we can just strike these levels all at once. I do think we could bounce off of this level though really quickly. I mean, this dribbling down to doggy town. If we could get another red dot right here. And generally speaking, this hourly time frame, you know, has a lot of time to go down here, a lot of time. And if this trend line breaks, that's where I think we'll see that 115 hit. These are the buy zones. So we're kind of still in the middle of no man's land, and Bitcoin has just been holding its own, trading sideways while the rest of the market has been getting poofed on pretty hard. And there's really no seller volume coming in. So let's just look at the last couple of Fridays, because I hate trading on Fridays. Honestly, I hate it. But I'm going to say this is going to be a good day for me. It's going to be a good day. I deserve a good Friday, guys. I deserve a very good Friday. So Bitcoin coming down. The other thing is tether dominance, right? Tether dominance, believe it or not, is a very, very strong indicator for what the market is going to be doing. When tether dominance is going up, that means your altcoins are going down. And to be fair, that's where it looks like tether dominance is going to go, which that's 6%. That's 6% of the market right there. Bitcoin dominance coming back up. That means altcoins getting poofed on, altcoins getting shatterbrained here. So if Bitcoin dominance is going to take, and I do believe, you know, just in terms of things like the 382, if that level does not hold, meaning like if we start getting above the 382, which I do believe, if this is the alt season, the macro reversal area, right, and we're really going to get that shaft down, I think here and then down, right? And that means a beautiful retracement on most of the altcoins. If you were feeling that FOMO, you're going to get the chance to finally buy some altcoins. And what is printing the most? You know what they say, add to your winners, right? Add to your winners. So is this a good time to add to Mr. Suinomics? Let's see if there's anything on the heat map here for Mr. Sui. And I do want to take a look at Casper for my good friend here that loves Casper, and I agree. I think it is life-changing technology, but that does not mean that you cannot get absolutely wrecked as the price goes down. And it is still continuing to struggle. And Sui hitting the 1618 fib. So if I was going to add to this position as we are coming into the 1618 fib, I mean, I really don't like adding to positions like this when they're down, because those are where the stop losses are. That's where the heat map is. The one that's going to reverse the hardest is going to be Bonk. I know it. Bonk is radical to the upside. Even my Ethereum's finally coming down. My ETH trade is printing beautifully here. So here's what I am going to do. Move everything into a stop loss break even at least. And I'm going to re-examine this one on a 15-minute time frame. And let's look here also on the heat map. This thing can be deceiving because, you know, price can just go right through these things. It does not matter, especially on altcoins like Sui. So most of the liquidity is to the upside here on the higher term time frame. That's the 1 week, the 2 week. Do you even see anything, right? What's down here? $1 million worth of liquidation versus $1 million of liquidations to the upside. And I think it's time to go for a run, guys. Most of the liquidity down there for Sui. That would be where this thing should go. And how long does it take, though, is the question. How many days is it going to take to get down there? See, Sui could just be bouncing right here. It did Let's see if we took out that liquidity on the heat map on the 12-hour. We did not. Okay, so it could, I do think, as long as we're holding this downtrend in the immediate, there may be some opportunity to add to that short. Ethereum coming down, very nice. Okay, did Bitcoin stop me out? No. This is Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin. Okay, is that the reversal candle? Because yesterday, yeah, when we got that hammer on the 15-minute time frame, it reversed pretty darn quick. As soon as you get that hammer with volume, right, the whole market turns around. And I wouldn't be surprised if Asia pumps it right now. So I think I'm going to tighten up everything. I think, do I want to be greedy? Can I sell half of everything, please? They don't have that button. So they're protecting those profits. There's the other side of the coin is you end up getting, I think that's a 15-minute bearish candle on SUI. All right, the one you got to protect is Bonk. Bonk will reverse right in your eyeball so fast, so hard, you won't even know what hit you. So sometimes what I like to do is mark out the falling channel. I better run this. I think this video is over, guys. I think we're over. I'm sure nobody is here. If you are and you made it this far, post a comment below and I'll give you a free course. All right, a free course. If you made it this far and you want to join our free course, well, it's not free, but you will get it for free. All right, guys, have yourself a blessed and highly favored day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.